Hi, so today I'm going to show you how I made my chunky front post crocheted blanket. This one's quite large. It's quite thick and heavy, beautiful, super easy. And I'll show you how to do the tassels as well at the end. Okay. Just move that to one side. Okay, so I'm actually using a cheap yarn from a well-known high street store, which I'm sure you're aware of. This is such an easy blanket. So you basically just crochet an even number of stitches, so however big you want the blanket, and then add 3 at the end. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I think we'll start with 20 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this we're going to crochet into the 4th chain from the hook, and this will be your first double crochet. So we double crochet all the way to the end. I know most people put 3 chains at the end, but I find that if you put that extra 1 in, it takes out that round edge a little bit more at the end. So just double crochet to each stitch all the way along. It actually took me about 4 days to make that big blanket, so this actually does grow really quick and it's so easy. So I hope you enjoy making it. I might add this is my first YouTube video as well, so I apologise if it's not the best quality, but I do plan on doing a couple more, so hopefully they'll improve with experience. So just keep crocheting, double crochets all the way to the end. So these are American doubles, by the way, not UK doubles. I must admit, I do get a bit confused sometimes between in patterns as to whether they're talking about UK or American double crochet. There we have our first row. So we'll chain 1, turn, and we're going to chain into that first space, and that will count as the first stitch. So that's the first one, and we'll single crochet into the next 2. So then we're going to do a front post double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So into yarn over the hook, bring the hook forward and go under the double crochet there, pull up, 1, 2, I actually designed this blanket for my daughter. She wanted a super chunky throw for her sofa. So we're going to single crochet into the next 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. If we count from the bottom, it might be a bit easier to follow. So there's our double post. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to front post again in the next into the next double in that row. And I am using a slightly smaller crochet hook. This particular wool will probably be better with a size 9 or 10 millimeter crochet hook. I'm using a size 8. It just gives it a bit more of a dense and thicker feel to the blanket. And again, single crochet into the next 4, and that's basically the whole repeat and the whole blanket. 4, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, front post to the next 2. I mean, you can see how quick it grows. I mean, you can literally, I mean, if you've got a mind to, you could probably do it in a couple of days. And then it's single crochet into the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we have it. Okay, so we'll single crochet again, turn our work. Now it's just single crochet straight across. So we'll single crochet into that first one and then all the way across. Single crochet. I've got a bit of a loop there. All the way across. I find these sorts of patterns are really good to do with the value wool, and they always seem to turn out really well when I've done them. Okay, so we'll chain 1 again, turn our work, and we'll repeat the same. So single crochet into the same space and into the next 2. And double crochet front post to the next 2. 4 single crochets. And 2 double front posts. 1, 2. Just single chain into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again front post double crochet into the next 2. single crochet into the next 3. Oh, single, not double. Okay, sometimes it's easy to get carried away. There we go. Okay, so you can actually see how quick this chunky wool grows. So yeah, so what I'll do is I will show you how I finish off. So once you've got the length that you want and the size that you want your blanket, for the last row we'll chain 1, turn our work, and then we're going to do half doubles all the way across. So it's half double crochets all the way along. So half double crochet is the same as double crochet, except if you go through all 3 loops at the same time, rather than the 2 like that. So all the way along, half double crochets. And this just helps match the top of the blanket up with the bottom of the blanket. Okay, we'll chain 1 again and turn our work. So there we have the half double crochets along the top. We'll chain 1, and into that we'll just repeat. So we're going to do 3 single crochets, front post crochet, next 2, and then singles in the next 4. And again front post double crochets in the next 2. By 2 front post double crochets, and 3 singles in the final 3. That would be it. So cut that there. So it's incredibly easy, incredibly effective. Looks quite a bit like a cable crochet, but yeah, it's really good. So what I'll do now is I will show you how I make my tassels. So to make the tassels for our blanket, I mean obviously it depends on what size tassels you want. So mine are quite chunky. It is chunky wool, and I also think as well, actually, you know, this blanket could probably benefit for an extra tassel in between, but still it's quite cool, it's quite effective. So I'll show you how I make my tassels. So for my tassels I use a CD box. You'll need a crocheting or a knitter's needle and a pair of scissors. So basically I just wrap the yarn around, excuse me, the disc box approximately 12 times, although I haven't counted this time, but you do need to make sure you count so that you get the same thickness each time. I've cut that off, and then you want 2 pieces of yarn, 2 pieces, and we're going to thread that through there, tight at the top. But I find this is actually perfect size for, I use these all the time for my tassels. It's just perfect length really. So we'll tie that at the top, and also you get this little slit in these game boxes, which is just perfect for popping your scissors in to get an even cut. So then we have our tassels, so we just give it a smooth out. Our other piece of yarn, so you just need to decide how big you want the ball to be. Just tie. Okay, and then we just give the ends a trim. So I tend to just do it this way. Bit like a haircut. You can just trim it off straight, but try not to take too much off, because obviously you don't want your tassels all different lengths. So, but any straggly long ones, just trim them off so it's nice and even. So, and there we have our tassel. So for attaching the tassels, you know, it's up to you where you put them. I mean, ideally you'd want one on each bit along, so in the 3 chain space on the 2 bar row, again in the 4 chains and along there. For my blanket I've literally just done them in these bits here. So to attach them, just basically tie a knot. And then with these ends here, I'm just going to put them through the centre of the top there and pull them through. I'll just trim that off. And there we have our tassels. So as I say, super easy. I hope you'll give it a go. This is my first video, so it'd be really great if you enjoy it, and if it inspires you to make my chunky blanket. Thank you.